What was really interesting was the group started to comment on, I can't work out whether this is any good, I can't work out whether whether I hate it. And Maggie pointed out, sometimes you need something to hate to then move in a different direction, which is lovely. And also focusing on bringing your mind back to what is the instruction that you've been given to write. So not trying to be clever with it, not trying to guess the end point, but just try and follow the instructions as they get given to you, bit by bit. This task, this written task called What Is It That Wasn't Said, is all about really cutting to the chase and really having the freedom to allow characters to say what it is that they really want to say to another character. So often characters say one thing but do another or mean another. So it's a great exercise to do when you've already got some characters in your story and you're trying to find out what actually is it that is going unsaid. What you can do is get yourself some pens and some paper, and you take yourself to a different place in the room so everybody's got their own space. Put some music on and give yourselves 5 minutes to just continuously write. If you get stuck and you don't know what to write, just continue writing, I don't know what to write, or not quite sure what to write here, or repeat your last word over and over again until the next train of thought comes. It will come, but try not to stop writing, because as soon as you stop writing, you start intellectualizing. And what we want is a practical task of writing. You're seeing somebody in a noisy place that you haven't seen for a while. Something needs to be said. Something has gone unsaid. You haven't seen them, I don't know for how long, but you really need to tell them what it is that you didn't get to tell them. So what they're doing now is they're going to spend 5 minutes swapping it around. So they are now writing from the other character's perspective. What is it that that other character needs to say or wants to say? They have the same freedom in that you can't hear them, there are no consequences. So what is it that has gone unsaid that now needs to get said? So you've written 2 pieces of writing now from 2 separate characters. What you're going to do is spend a couple of minutes reading over it, and with a highlighter or just the same pen, you're going to underline or highlight key bits that stand out to you. The final part of this at the moment is to now write out the bits that you've highlighted in some kind of dialogue. So one person speaking, followed by the other person speaking, followed by person A, followed by person B. You can repeat things. What you can't do is you can't add in new things, okay? So you're really looking at how does this raw text come together? Should we just read what we've got?
We don't run away from our problems.
I can't carry this anymore by myself.
You let emotion get in the way.
I've gone over and over the words you said. There is little room for the ambiguity you seek justification in.
You're so quick to jump to conclusions, you don't give me the benefit of the doubt.
I love you, of course I do, more than anything. But you were wrong.
Well, let's look at the facts.
You got it wrong and you hurt me.
No, now we can barely speak. I don't understand this.
You're just as fallible as the rest of us.
We can disagree.
You'll tell me not to be emotional, but I feel pain and you caused it.
I'm sorry.
It's fascinating because there were no restrictions, there were no consequences, and yet I still have no idea what hasn't been said.
Sometimes the hardest thing to say is to get the conversation to a point where the conversation can even happen. So starting it, sometimes the hardest thing is I've got something to tell you and you're not going to like it, can be harder sometimes than the actual thing it is that you want to say.
We spend a lot of time with each other is what I sort of get from it. It feels real. It feels like this could really happen. I often think when you try immediately to write a script, it's actually not what happens at all when people have conversations. It'd be sort of disjointed and people following their own trains of thoughts and not actually answering the question. There's a Diet Coke with your name on it just sitting in the fridge. I think it's been there this whole time, you know.
You've no idea what you do you?
I really do, but it just doesn't matter anymore. I just don't care enough anymore. I miss you, you fucking bellend.
You're selfish. And there's nothing more abhorrent, is there, than a selfish person that shares your blood. What did I do to deserve that? To deserve to share your DNA? I either feel guilty for not having you around anymore, or I feel guilty for treating myself awfully for thinking of you. You look the same. I hate that.
That's it.
Whoa.
I just suddenly was like, this is tragic. It's like, oh, there's a Diet Coke with your name on it in the fridge. Just made me immediately go to, they've left, they're not coming back, and something so everyday becomes so massive, like that Diet Coke is not going to get drunk.
Yeah.
That's just, every time you open the fridge, you're going to see that person and you're going to close that fridge again.
Just the idea that something so everyday could have somebody's name on it and all of a sudden become huge. It's such an inconsequential product just put out on the market, and then all of a sudden, when that person isn't there anymore, but the Coke can still is in somebody else's life, it just signifies absence. This is the last time I'm seeing you.
You chew too loudly.
I don't care.
I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at it. I'm fucking fuming.
You should have known what you done to me.
I wish you would spend more time with me.
I can't speak anymore.
Fuck you. But it's fine.
This area makes me nervous.
For me, it's like you're having this whole conversation, but neither of you are actually saying any of it until that last line when Maggie said, this area makes me nervous. And then all of a sudden it kind of, for me, it zoomed out into where you actually were, and you were there for something totally different. And for me, it was like, now we're leaping off into, like, where are they? What area, what situation are they in, and why is it making you nervous? And why are you there together? Why are you so fuming at this other person? What is that history there?